Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be doing a Uranium Energy Corporation stock analysis. Now as you can see with this blue line right here, that is how well the stock performed last year. You can see it started out the year in just about $7 and then it ended the year at just below 12. So overall the performance was quite nice. Now we do see it go upwards for a bit and then it tanks just around April and we're trading all the way down here in just about $4. But then in October we performed absolutely crazy. From April, as you can see, it simply just rose all the way. Now, of course, we did see some setbacks, but of course, that is natural. But it traded up all the way here, just by about $18. Now, after this point, it actually traded downwards for quite a while, just all the way down here to the point, as you can see, we bottomed out just below $10. But all that really doesn't matter, as we have almost regained those losses, as we are currently trading at $14.7. Now, if we take a look at a bit of a broader perspective, we can see that from the pandemic, this stock has absolutely taken off. Now, before the pandemic or during the early days of the pandemic, it traded about $8 in itself. As we can see, that is of course quite a lot less than we are trading currently. So if you bought the stock then, you would have made about 1,500%. Now we can see it is relatively volatile, or so it would seem, as we see quite a lot of peaks and valleys. But overall, the stock is actually less volatile than you would think, as it only has a beta of 1.18. This means it is only 18% more volatile than the average index. Now, of course, after the energy crisis and after Putin invaded Ukraine, it of course took some quite nice rides upwards. We can see that right here. Just after Putin invaded Ukraine, it absolutely skyrocketed because there was a huge gas crisis in Europe, which of course meant we knew we have to find another solution, which of course is uranium and nuclear energy. And also just after it became a theme in 2023, we can see it absolutely just went upwards from that point. Now, if we take a look at the earnings, we can see they're quite negative, but even though that is still a thing, we still see the stock skyrockets because, of course, uranium is the future and so is nuclear energy. Now, they don't pay out any dividends, and their income statement really isn't that impressive either. Now, if we take a look at the overview of the stock, we can see something that is quite interesting. First off, they have quite few employees. I like this quite a lot because we don't like to see them having too many employees and spending too much money on that. Now, they have no debt at all, which is absolutely crazy for a mining company, as usually they have quite large amounts of debt. Now, they have quite a large amount of cash also on hand, which is absolutely amazing to see. Now, closed sale shares is also virtually non-existent. This is amazing because this means as investors we don't get diluted as much. Now, the market they're trading in is currently just the United States, but that doesn't surprise me at all. And I have to say, Uranium Energy is one of my favorite uranium stocks in the world, but I'll get into that a bit later. Now, if we take a look at the seasonals, just take the past 10 years, we can see that overall it is performing quite decently. Some years, of course, quite horrid, but then also some years are quite amazing, like 2000 and 2021 and 2023, and also last year, performing like crazy. Now, if we go down to the technicals, we can see they're absolutely amazing. For the day, it's a buy. For the week, it's a strong buy. And for the month, it is a strong buy as well. And in the moving averages, we have only one neutral. So overall, it is performing like crazy. And the analyst rating are very, very great as well. We see 8 strong buys and 0 buy, 1 hold, and then 0 into the sell, which of course is quite nice. So overall, it is a strong buy rating. With the 1 year forecast, the max is up by 33%. I think this is quite conservative. It wouldn't surprise me if it went to 23 or $24. Of course, this minus, that is of course the whole thinking it should stay at about $14 or so. But I just think that is delusional to think this stock isn't going to increase. Now, in the EPS, they're estimating to make money next year, which is going to be absolutely huge if they do that. Now, personally, I do think it's going to be only in 2028 that they make money. Now, in their earnings, not in their earnings, in their annual revenue as well, we can see them estimating quite highly next year compared to this year, almost up 3 times as much, which is going to be quite great to see. Now, why do I like this stock so much, you might ask? That is because of the high uranium price. We can see currently the uranium price is $82.75 per pound. We can also just see this evolution in the price absolutely just skyrocketing upwards. And why is it great, you might ask? That is because it only cost them $34.35 to make it. So their earnings is just about $48 per pound, which is absolutely amazing. Something else I like about them quite a lot as well is they're currently mining and processing into what is called the uranium yellowcake. That is this powder that looks like this. That is uranium. And we also have refining and conversion in the future, which then they're going to make it into uranium hexafluoride, and the future enrichment and fuel fabrication, and maybe even small modular and large nuclear reactors. Personally, I hope they focus on small modular reactors, as I see a better future in this. Now we can also see demand. Of course, production is estimated to have this Now, if we take a look at production, we can see the projected production is going to increase a bit and then it's going to fall down a bit. But overall, the demand is going to just increase, increase, and increase. And we can also see the projected and over here we can see the something great is also demand for uranium significantly exceeds primary production. This means how much uranium are we going to be missing. That is this demand case here. You can see this is how much prediction. Something else I like quite a lot is also the demand for uranium significantly exceeds primary production. So this black line right here represents how much we're estimating we're going to need. This red line here is how much we're going to need in a high case, of course, if demand is higher than expected. And this green bubble down here is how much we're projected to produce. Just look in 2006 to 2045, we're going to be missing 1.6 billion pounds of uranium. Something else I like quite a lot is we can see right here, the US utilities represent the largest global reactor fleet, and they're consuming 50.6 million pounds a year. You see, they import virtually everything. So if a company like Uranium Energy Corporation could get a bite of that cake, it's going to be absolutely amazing, because odds are, of course, a local uranium producer will get a contract over some other producer, let's say maybe in China or in Russia. So overall, it is quite nice. And also the price as well for uranium, it would surprise me if it didn't continue upwards. Within 2 years, I do think it's going to hit between 100 and 110 dollars per pound. So that is why I personally love Uranium Energy Corporation, and it is my #1 stock pick for the uranium and nuclear business. It wouldn't surprise me at all if within 3 to 5 years this stock is trading at, as you can see currently, it's trading at 14.76, but in the future, 3 to 5 years, maybe 50 to 70 bucks would not surprise me at all, and I do hope it goes all the way up there. That is by far my favorite uranium pick or nuclear pick at all. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. But if you want to see more videos like this, please leave the company each of its analyzed in the comment section below.